ते हृदयस्मदीये सत्यं वदामि च भवान् अखिलान्तरात्मा भक्तिं प्रयच्छ रघुपुङ्गव निर्भरां मे कामादिदोषरहितं कुरु मानसञ्च. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O God, I tell you the truth. I have no other desire. And you, being the innermost self of all beings, know it very well. O God, give me the ardent devotion only and make my mind free from all impurities like passion, etc. Om. Peace, peace, peace. A very good evening to all of you. It's nice to be present with the Bhakti Yoga by Swami Vivekananda. We have been reading from this book. This is the 6th discourse on Bhakti Yoga. In the beginning, Swamiji was giving the philosophy of Ishvara, what the other school say. Even not only the acharyas, preachers of the devotion, even those who are Gyanis, they also accept that there is a bhakti in everyone. So he cited from Shankara, from Ramanuja, Madhya. Now, he himself is telling, for the devotees, these are all immaterial. To the bhaktas, these dry details are necessary only to strengthen his will. Devotees don't bother what philosophy, this, that, what aspect of God is higher, lower, this. I love. I cannot but love you. And surrenders everything. I do not have any separate ego, entity, identity that I can claim. I want to know this, that. I completely surrender to you. You know what is good to me, what is good, what is bad. Master's wonderful prayer is there. Mother, you take your truth, you take your falsity, you take your good, you take your bad. Give me the pure love. Give me the pure devotion. Mother, you take this, you take that. Everything Sri Ramakrishna offered to the Divine Mother and said, I don't like to say no many other things, all those things. You reveal yourself. I am happy with you. I don't like to have any other thing. Ashtasiddhi, these 8 occult powers. No. One day, there is a description in the Gospel. Master was, as if spitting out, walk through. So at night, midnight, those who were sleeping in Master's room, they said, what happened? They understood. The Divine Mother is trying to give him occult powers. Miracles, miraculous, everything. We believe in so many things. Do we really love God, want God? We want something that may bring me this worldly name, fame, money, power, position. Some people will say, oh, wonderful. Some people will respect something that is in the worldly level. So it is there. We should not say no. That becomes hypocrisy. So Master said, that you speak the truth, be not a traitor in your thought. If you really think that you need that, you just pray for that, but don't go too far. Know that this will not finally give you the ultimate joy and bliss, what you are searching for. So, a little desire is there, weakness is there, you tell. Inside you are having that desire to have something. Outside you are telling, I have renounced everything. I don't want anything other than God and God alone. But inside, if we see how many things are lurking, we have our body consciousness. So Master says, in the name of other yogas, pathas, something is in mind and something they say, something else they behave, it is not good. Because God knows everything. God, you are thinking, I am deceiving God. You cannot deceive. You are deceiving yourself. You are deceiving others. So Master says this is hypocrisy in spiritual life. There is no place for hypocrisy in spiritual life. You surrender everything. God knows what is best for you. Mother knows what is good for you. So, Swamiji also is telling, I described a little bit of all these things because devotees do not like it, only to strengthen their mind that there are so many types of people. They will say this, that. But devotees will not be deviated from their ideal, that my God, personal God, whom I think He has every power, everything. To me, he or she, whatever you believe in, is everything. So, and Swamiji is continuing that in Bhakti Yoga, as we have said, it is divided into the Goni or preparatory Bhakti. This Bhakti in the beginning, Bhakti needs a little bit all these things, doubt may come, what I am doing. So a little philosophical things I described, but there are people in this world, thank God that there are some such still living in this world of too much worldliness. They have, in the name of God, they have given up everything. So we read last time up to this realization, aim of Bhakti Yoga. Bhakta wants realization. They don't bother for the dry words of philosophy, God's power, this, that, how much. They are not interested in. They want to enjoy the bliss of God, presence of God. And that form also. God has so many forms. But to devotee, even Hanumanji, I was quoting from Hanumanji, that, oh Ramchandraji, oh my God, I know. Srinathe, Janakinathe, Abheda Paramatmani, Tathapi Mama Sarvasya, Ramo Kamalalochana. I know you, the Lord of Sita Devi, and you as Vishnu, Lord of Lakshmi Devi, you are the same, identical, I know. But even after that, I don't like to see that Vishnu form or any other form. Sri Ramchandra has been avatar before Sri Ramchandra's form. This fish avatar, fish god, pig god, this Nrsimha god, lion, half man, half lion god. So many other forms are there. Tortoise god. I want to see you in this form, my Ramchandraji, Kamalalochana. Your eyes are like lotus-eyed Ramchandra. You stand before me in this form. I am happy with that. I don't like to see your Vishnu form, this Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, all are your mace and all this lotus holding. That I know, you are identical. Still, I like to see you this form, in this form. So, devotee's mind is devotee's mind. And Master says, Mother knows what is best for us. So don't try to hide anything. If you have a little desire, pray to you, God. He is everything to us. He can give whatever you like. But don't play foul. Don't try to be over smart, because God knows everything in your mind. You can deceive yourself, you can deceive the whole world, but not God. So be completely open to God, and God knows how to protect you. Sri Ramakrishna used to tell, if you give the responsibility to a very good person, in those days, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, the ocean of knowledge, Ishwar Chandra Pandit, Master met him, and he also became a fan, admirer of Sri Ramakrishna, wanted to come to Dakshineshwar and see Ramakrishna. So he was a very pious man, very good man, very learned man. Vidyasagar, that title was conferred to him. Sagar means ocean, ocean of learning, knowledge. So he also, when Master met him, and he also became an admirer, and Master said, you see Vidyasagar, whatever he earns, such a good man, if you make him a trustee of your property, say, in those days there was trusteeship, small boys, girls, they become orphans who will take care of their estates. So if you depend on a good man, honest man, he will not deceive you. cheat you. And in case if you make God your trustee, then can you think that anything wrong will happen there? Even good people never do any harm, anything bad. See, Vidyasagar, he took Vidyasagar's name because he was a very highly respectable man and very honest man, very pious man. Whatever he used to earn, he would spend all those money and his wealth for establishing girls' school, boys' school, for the help of the poor. No money he could keep for himself. He was very plain living, high thinking, but there is no publicity, advertisement. So everyone in those days, before coming to Sri Ramakrishna, actually as being born in Bengal, we actually in our home used to think that Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar was also a godlike man. See his impact of his very clean, pure character and life. And Sri Ramakrishna quoted Vidyasagar's name. If you make Vidyasagar your trustee of a small boy, do you think that he will cheat? He will not. And if you can make God your trustee, then what is your worry? God will never ever cheat. God is our own. Tameva mata cha pun, tameva mata cha pita, tameva bandhuscha sakha, tameva sarvam. Tameva vidya dravinam tameva sarvam mama deva devo. God is our mother, father, our paramur, our friend, our attendant, our companion, our Lakshmi, our Saraswati, our learning, our wealth. And finally, the Arjun now he runs you of emptiness of any more word. Then say, Tameva sarvam mama deva. You are my everything. When there is no more vocabularies to express how, what is the relation between God and you are my everything. Mother, father, friend, this, that. So if you believe in God, devotees are like that. They don't bother for all these things. They know God is my own and God will always do best to me. We know Narendranath, young Narendranath used to come, master used to praise Naren in presence of all others. Oh, Naren is best of this. Of all, so many boys come. But who can come to Naren? Naren is the best singer, Naren is the best logician, knowledge is the best intellectual, knowledge can whole night meditate, knowledge has this quality, that quality, always singing, dancing, and always will praise. But you go to any householder devotees or Sri Ramakrishna's monastic disciples, you tell them, who master loved most? They said, I am satisfied, whatever I got. I never ever thought of that Sri Ramakrishna loves me less. And we never ever compared that Sri Ramakrishna loves him more or somebody else more. God's love is like that. Anybody you go, it is an ocean. You go with your small container, you are satisfied. Be it 5 liters or 1 liter or 1 gallon, because the ocean is there. There is no dearth of God's love. So Swamiji is telling there are people who try to think that worldly objects, enjoyment are there, that is more precious. So they think that they should earn those things, but there are people. But those to whom the eternal interests of the soul are of much higher value than the fleeting interests of this mundane life, to whom the gratification of the senses is but like the thoughtless play of the baby, to them God and the love of God form the highest and the only utility of human existence. Thank God there are some still living in this world of too much worldliness. Because he sat at the feet of Ramakrishna. He knows that world is, and Vivekananda said, world is never devoid of avatara. We think, oh, this 500 years back, 1,000 years back, that avatara came, only savior, last prophet, only prophet. We, with our limited thoughts, we think in that way. Vivekananda said, world is always being saved and there is always avatara. God is there, present, to take care of the whole universe. So, there are still some such living in this world which is too much full of worldliness. So, Bhakti Yoga, as we have said, is divided into the Goni or preparatory and the Para or the supreme forms. We shall find as we go on how in the preparatory stage we unavoidably stand in need of many concrete helps to enable us to get on. And indeed, the mythological and symbological parts of all religions are natural growths which early environ the aspiring soul and help it Godward. It is also a significant fact that spiritual giants have been produced only in those systems of religion where there is an exuberant growth of rich mythology and ritualism, the dry fanatical forms of religion which attempt to eradicate all that is poetical, all that is beautiful and sublime, all that gives a firm grasp to the infant mind, tottering in its Godward way, the forms which attempt to break down the very rich poles of the spiritual roof, and in their ignorant and superstitious conceptions of truth try to drive away all that is life-giving, all that furnishes the formative material to the spiritual plant growing in the human soul. Such forms of religion too soon find that all that is left to them is but an empty shell, a contentless frame of words and sophistry, which perhaps a little flavor of a kind of social scavengering or the so-called spirit of reform. Swamiji just giving a little, what I should say, just describing, Swamiji has to speak the truth, that there are people, they say we are religious, but their religion is not that love for God. Their religion is we are doing something good for the society, some social welfare activities. They think, oh, we are religious, we are doing some good work, good activities. So, not taking anyone's name, but there are sects, there are faiths, there are people, organizations showing that, oh, we are doing wonderful activities, we are really devoted to God, we are serving the children of God. But Swamiji is telling, a real devotee do not think in that way. There are people, some people in this material world, they want to do something material, give, and they think that we have done our best thing. It is not that. The vast mass of those whose religion is like this are conscious or unconscious materialists. The end and aim of their lives here and hereafter being enjoyment, which indeed is to them the alpha and the omega of human life, and which is their ishtapurta, goal of life. This we will do these things, and we are religious. We have done enough for reaching our goal. Work like street cleaning and scavenging, intended for the material comfort of man, is, according to them, the be-all and end-all of human existence. And the sooner the followers of this curious mixture of ignorance and fanaticism come out in their true colors and join, as they well deserve to do, the ranks of atheists and materialists, the better will it be for the whole world. Because you understand, actually they say something good words and try to show we are actually religious. They are not religious, they are not spiritualists, they are actually materialists. And their religious ideal is limited up to that only. They have not known the real bliss of God. They still think that real joy is there in some material achievement and something giving and something like that. So they expose themselves gradually. The earliest they come out with their own color, they prove that they are atheists and materialists. The better will it be for the world when you know that they are not, they are fake religious people, they are fake pious people. 1 ounce of the practice of righteousness and of spiritual self-realization outweighs tons and tons of frothy talk and nonsensical sentiments. Another place Swamiji said, 1 ounce of practice is greater than 20,000 tons of lectures. I was just thinking, what is it? 1,000, 10,000, 20,000. How Swamiji just showed the difference of this saying something, lecturing, and practicing it, realization. Religion is realization. Sri Ramakrishna also says, Swamiji is very famous quoting. A religion is realization, not quoting. I will go, Swamiji will quote from a scripture, from Shankaracharya, from Vivek, from Kathopadishapuranam. This Bhagavaikari Shabdajari will go. All these are of no use actually in spiritual life. Lectures and talking and giving and quoting and getting all the scriptures by heart and just committing to memory and vomiting to the audience. It doesn't, if you are not realized, if you have not touched that ultimate reality, really in your heart of hearts, then these are all empty words. It doesn't have any value. So, Swamiji is trying to uphold this position of a Bhakta. Bhakta will not play with all these things. Bhakta is completely, when really we become a devotee, we don't like to speak anything. We don't like to show how much I know, how much I can give you, how much this, that, all these things. They become contented, completely stabdha bhavati. In the Naradiya Bhakti Sutra it is there. No word, become completely silent. Exuberance comes only when our devotion is a little immature. So there are 2 stages of devotion. In the beginning, this gauni and this then para. Para means supreme devotion. When we get into supreme devotion, we realize that it is grown gradually. Our unripe devotion is matured into, transformed into the ripe devotion. Gradually we find that, oh God, there is nothing wrong in this world. God is doing everything. We should be the right and fit instruments in their hands, and the real joy is not being the doer, but being the instrument, right instrument at the behest of God, in the hands of God. So Swamiji is telling that all these books and lectures and philosophies overweighs tons and tons of frothy talk and nonsensical sentiment. Show us one gigantic spiritual genius growing out of all this dry dust of ignorance and fanaticism. And if you cannot, close your mouths, open the windows of your hearts to the clear light of truth, and sit like children at the feet of those who know what they are talking about, the sages of India. Let us then listen attentively to what they say. Now he is bringing the need of Guru. In Bhakti Path, if you are to achieve something, you must have a Guru, the teacher, from whom you can learn something. And you have to prepare yourself also. You have to be submissive with folded hand. That is there in the Upanishad. It is that you go with folded hand and with good questions. Don't try to show how much you know. There are many occasions we find question is, audience become disgusted. Question is longer than the answer. Trying to show in the audience how much I know. Is this, that is just quoting, confusing. What actually he wants to know? He knows much more than the speaker. He wants to prove that. He is thinking, I am not God, but others do not like it. So Swamiji is condemning all these things. And when you are really a seeker of truth, you will be submissive. With all your love and devotion and respect, go what you actually want to know and ask. Be sincere. Don't try to show your own pedantry, your own scholarship, erudition. I actually don't want to know from you. I want to show how much I know. That you cannot become a disciple. Disciple must have certain traits, qualities. And Guru also must have certain qualities, qualifications. That is what Swamiji, the need of a Guru. The qualification of the disciple also, the disciple should be like this, and Guru also should be like this. So Swamiji is wonderfully, very nicely, it is that once you read this Bhakti Yoga, we find, yes, we can compare ourselves, our mind, and how it get cleansed and purified gradually and gradually, if we really understand the yes, how a devotee ought to do, how we should do. So every soul is destined to be perfect, and every being in the end will attain the state of perfection. Whatever we are now is the result of our acts and thoughts in the past. And whatever we shall be in the future will be the result of what we think and do now. But this, the shaping of our own destinies, does not preclude or our receiving help from outside. Nay, in the vast majority of cases, such help is absolutely necessary. We need somebody who knows the path. Nowadays, GPS is there. We can go anywhere and everywhere. Somebody, earlier times, our time, who knows the place, who knows the roads. So you go with them to guide them. Somebody will be driving, but he doesn't know the path. So you sit with the driver and left, right, where 5 kilometers, 2 kilometers, something. Nowadays you put the GPS, Guru positioning system. So you don't say, I don't need anybody, I don't need the help of anyone. What is wrong in that? Because that teacher also is not, whom you are thinking as your rival is not a rival. He is another embodiment of that divinity, that divine, that God, which you are aspiring for. When you are really, you are sincere, your right yearning is there, earnestness is there, God Himself will take the form of Guru and appear before you. But you have to have that right earnestness. Otherwise, no, I am not getting a good Guru. All these people lectures, but who can be my Guru? I know, I have tested them. Not. As if I know everything. What I know is knowledge, what I do not know is not knowledge. This is the problem of the world, modern world. Come, I am the best Guru. Instant realization, instant samadhi. Give me $1,000. One day meditate. Meditation is something that needs your completely. People leave home and hearth and din and bustle of the city life only to come and quiet and tame their mind, which is so restless, like monkey. Swamiji gave do you know the condition of our mind? It is like a drunken monkey that has become mad, and then it has got an ulcer, injury in its head. Can you think what it will do? Always jumping, what is it doing? Our mind is like that. That mind has to be tamed, controlled. It will be your slave and you are the master always. You are always the master of our all senses, not only mind. Mind is the finest one, finer one. But we are the master, but we forget. Whatever mind wants, I will talk to you. Whatever mind wants, I will eat. Doctor has said you have sugar, don't eat. But mind is, I am feeling, immediately I will eat the sugar, or I will do something which actually I should not do, because I am impulsive. Mind is doing all this. There is no control, mostly. 99.9999% people do not have control over their minds. Those who have control, they are called yogi. So, this mind actually disturbs us, and we do so many things which we should not do, and actually we suffer. But if we can control our mind, this mind is so restless. People go for meditation to be calm and quiet, alone. But there are meditation school. Come and I will teach you meditation. Meditation is nothing to be taught. You who taught us how to concentrate our mind in a film which I like most, my favorite hero or heroine is playing there. Did I take any to get completely absorbed and attentive? When I love football playing, my Platini, suppose he is my favorite footballer, he is playing, Maradona, Pele. Which school we go to train our mind? Hey, see, please train me, so I am going to watch the TV football game so that my mind remains attentive. We don't go, we know, because I love that. Because I feel that if I miss, my mind has gone scattered, I will miss some very important moment in the play. So I want to see in the movie, here, there, football, cricket, whatever I am fan of, I love. That love, when love for God is generated, meditation comes automatically. You become meditative. Those young people fall in love, father and mother, they forget. They are thinking of whether working in the office or in the school or college, university. Teacher is teaching, but mind is there to his or her, this beloved. So you don't need to be trained how to fall in love. That attraction for you have discovered some special qualities in your beloved, in that boy or in that girl or in that man, in that teacher, compared to others. So if you find certain qualities, attributes in God, you don't need anybody's help. You know automatically love will come. But those who know the path, they tell you, yes, come, this is the easiest path. Otherwise you may go this way. I can go to that parking place. I can go straight, the shortest one, this one. I can go a little longer, that one. I can go through the street also. I can go, so many paths are there. But that will take more time. I have to labor more. I have to perspire, I have to waste my time. But if I go, oh, come, I am showing you the parking. Immediately I follow him or her, within seconds I can see and I reach the goal. So, if there is a guru, the need of a guru who knows the path, and our scriptures, this is actually considered as the guru, this Upanishads, Vedic knowledge, Puranas, they have given the right description, narrative there, what they have experienced, how the path is. So if you read those scriptures, those books, and follow the instructions given in the books with right earnestness, we will be proceeding, we will be going forward and forward. But if I think, I don't need the help of book, I don't need rishis, munis, their words, how to purify mind, how to control the mind, how to generate love of God. Everybody will say, how to love God. How to love God, these are thousands. That is the most ancient question in everyone's mind. But those who have God, real generated their love for God, devotion for God, right earnestness, they said, this is this. Love for God will not come only by talking and sitting and listening to others' lectures. You have to really pray to God. Oh God, I lack so many things. I don't have devotion, I don't have knowledge, I don't have intellect, I don't have any other qualities to be your devotee. I do not know which form actually you have. Whatever form is good for me, you appear and let me know. You teach me. I surrender. If you really surrender to God, through the instructions of Guru, God will come as the instructor, as the Guru, to show you the path. So, Swamiji is telling that to quicken the spirit, the impulse must come from another soul. So, This quickening impulse cannot be derived from books. The soul can only receive impulses from another soul and from nothing else. We may study books all our lives. We may become very intellectual, but in the end we find that we have not developed at all spiritually. So, these things we should consider in our mind. The seekers of, followers of Bhakti Yoga must, I will go to Shiva temple and I am thinking of Krishna or Vishnu or Kali, that will not do. If I really want to have Shiva's darshan, I have to go to Shiva temple, I have to sit and offer Shiva, Shiva, you appear. I do not know how it is. So, we should follow the path and be sincere and right, earnest, what actually we are speaking outwardly and telling others or showing that I really seek you, I really want to see you, God, but we are not showing any detachment to the worldly things. So long the world will remain in our heart, worldly objects, worldly enjoyment, worldly thoughts, God will not come here. And we have to take the help of somebody who knows how to proceed, how to go forward. So, these are wonderful insight Swami Vivekananda is giving. It is not true that a high order of intellectual development always goes hand in hand with a proportionate development of the spiritual side in man. In studying books, we are sometimes deluded into thinking that thereby we are being spiritually helped. But if we analyze the effect of the study of books on ourselves, we shall find that at the utmost, it is only our intellect that derives profit from such studies and not our inner spirit. This inadequacy of books to quicken spiritual growth is the reason why, although almost every one of us can speak most wonderfully on spiritual matters, when it comes to action and the living of a truly spiritual life, we find ourselves so awfully deficient. To quicken the spirit, the impulse must come from another soul. The person from whose soul such impulse comes is called the Guru, the teacher, and the person whose soul the impulse is conveyed is called the Shishya, the disciple, the student. To convey such an impulse to any soul, in the first place, the soul from which it proceeds must possess the power of transmitting it, as it were, to another. And in the second place, the soul to which it is transmitted, Shishya, disciple, must be fit to receive it. Ashcharya bhakta kushalasya labdha. Wonderful, excellent is the teacher, the speaker, the giver of the knowledge, and also excellent, wonderful is the receiver, the student, the Shishya. If both these are not of that highest order quality, then result also will not be the highest one, the best one. So the teacher must have something to transmit, that realization, that experience, which is higher than the disciples. And disciple must also be a good receptor or ready to accept. Sri Ramakrishna used to tell that if water is falling on a top of hill, water will come, but it will not hold any water, it will go. If you want to receive something, you have to be humble. You have to show your humility that yes, what you are telling, really I believe in that and I will try to have that, contain that. I will take care of it. But always water is pouring on a mound, but it will not stand there because that is ego, pride. You have to be submissive, you have to be humble, you have to be really devoted to God. Oh God, I do not have anything. Whatever is there, it is yours. You see, how can I receive your grace? How can I receive your instructions properly? I can do it. I do not have any qualification to call myself as your child, as your devotee, as your student, as a seeker of knowledge, as a seeker of devotion, seeker of God, truth. I cannot say. I don't have any quality and qualification. I know my deficiencies. So, if you are genuine in your approach, if you really with your heart open to God, pray to God, God will show you the path, God will send somebody as your guru, and guru can be one who has something to give and knows the path, and disciple is one who really wants to know, not only try to show. There is a story in the Upanishad also. You see how our sages, they experience all these things, show, our shortcomings. They know our weaknesses. So Guru has asked two sons, they are sent to Guru's house for knowledge. Father also is a Rishi Muni. He sent them to the Gurukul, the hostel of the Guru. Now they have come back. Now father is telling, oh, bah, good, you have come back. Have you known the Brahman, the ultimate truth? Reality? The first son, big son, was oh, Brahman is like that, Brahman is here. All this quoting from the Upanishad. Father, after 5 minutes when he stopped, I said, all right, understand. My son, what about your knowledge? What is Brahman? What is the ultimate reality? What is the ultimate truth? What you have learned? These 12 years I have sent you. He does not speak any word. Again father is asking. Then father said to the big son, elder son, yes, my son, you have not yet learned what Brahman is. You go back again. Not receiving son, welcoming son at home. From there, from the out home, yes, you go back to your guru. You have not learned. You have not known the truth. And my younger son, come. Yes, you have understood a little. You are maintaining silence. Mom, what I will speak, which is unspeakable? Brahman, its attribute is unspeakable, unthinkable. Who can speak? Avang manusya, mind cannot think of, words cannot speak of the reality, the real nature. So you are asking, what is Brahman? What I can say? Brahman cannot be. It is only to be experienced. So there is the problem in some gurus. They speak many things as if they know. Those who speak many things, they do not know. Ek gyan, bahu gyan, agyan. Sri Ramakrishna. Knowing one is knowledge. Knowing many is not knowledge, ignorance. So, we continue, and Shishya, student, as it were to another, and to receive it. The disciple must have the capacity, qualification to receive it, what the Guru has said, all good things. In a class where 30, 40, 50 students are there, one student verbatim can say everything. Yes, what I told, I have just done that sum. Yes, somebody, one student, two students, you go to others, mostly they will go up to certain stage. After that, they cannot say. Neither they can quote, nor they can answer the question what the teacher was teaching. But there are 1 and 2, ready. They are real student, receptive, what the teacher is telling, trying to understand, assimilate it. So, the disciple must also be fit to receive it. The seed must be a living seed, and the field must be ready, plowed, And when both these conditions are fulfilled, a wonderful growth of genuine religion takes place. The true preacher of religion has to be of wonderful capabilities, and clever shall his hearer be. Ashcharya bhakta kushalasya labdha. I have just quoted. The true preacher of religion has to be of wonderful capabilities, and clever shall his hearer be. Both have to have these qualities, qualifications. Then only the highest result will be achieved. So it will come. And when both of these are really wonderful and extraordinary, then will a splendid spiritual awakening result, and not otherwise. Such alone are the real teachers, and such alone are also the real students, the real aspirants. All others are only playing with spirituality. They have just a little curiosity awakened, just a little intellectual aspiration kindled in them, but are merely standing on the outward fringe of the horizon of religion. There is no doubt some value even in that, as it may, in course of time, result in the awakening of a real thirst for religion. And it is a mysterious law of nature that as soon as the field is ready, the seed must and does come. As soon as the soul earnestly desires to have religion, the transmitter of the religious force must and does appear to help that soul. When the power that attracts the light of religion in the receiving soul is full and strong, the power which answers to that attraction and sends in light does come as a matter of course. If we are really right earnest, message is that then a qualified teacher will come, say, I want to go to, I am a student of the nursery. I don't need the vice chancellor of the Oxford University or Cambridge University to teach me alphabets. I will have the teacher I am qualified for. According to my need, God will send. The system is, education system is that I will have my teacher according to my capacity, class, level of understanding. So in the spiritual life also, if we are really spiritual seekers, real seekers of truth, God can hear, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, God here can hear the ringing of the ants' anklets. It is so tiny, and its leg, that you will bind their anklet, that anklet will make the jiggling sound, and that God hears. So you don't need to be, oh God, shout and show and this and jump and keep everything in your heart, because God is sitting in your heart of hearts. God is the indweller, each and every one. Indwelling truth is there. Sakshi, always witness whatever we are doing, whatever we are thinking. I may forget in my subconscious mind what I am thinking. I may not know what I am thinking in my deep sleep, or anything is there. It may escape my knowledge, understanding, but God is there keeping an account of each and every one. So the real devotees, they prepare themselves to be the real aspirant as surrendering all ego and other things. So Swamiji gradually, Sri Ramakrishna also said, there is a wonderful song, Amon Manav Jamin, one of the very favorite song of Sri Ramakrishna. Roilo Pothit, Abad Korle Fulto Shona, Mon Re Krishi Kaj Janona. Oh my mind, you do not know how to do the farming properly. Agricultural field, it is there, it is barren, it is uncultivated remaining. If, my mind could know how to cultivate this body, mind, all these senses, control, utilize it properly for the quest of pursuit of God and God alone with a rightful attitude, then what a wonderful harvest could have been achieved, got by this time. Sri Ramakrishna in the Gospel, several times this song was quoted. Ram Prasad Sen, one of the most favorite songs of Sri Ramakrishna. Mon re Krishika Jarana. So my mind, you do not know why you are wasting time for here and there. Why don't you surrender your ego? Why don't you depend on God and God alone? Why don't you can love the whole world. You don't need to be trained to love any object of the world, be it a little small thing of this world. You love it. But you do not know how to love the creator of all these things, the person, the principle, the essence, the truth behind all these things. We all like to see what a beautiful Sri Ramakrishna used to say, oh, you are all enchanted with the beauty of the creation. Yes, there is, but why don't you see the person behind it who has created all this beautiful world that are keeping you all captivated? Then how beautiful, 100,000 million times more beautiful will be the creator of all these things, beautiful things. He must be something beautiful. You love everything of this world. Why don't you love the person behind it who has created this star, moon? Oh, beautiful moonlight. Ah, what wonderful waves are coming. For hours, these people, they take the basking in the sun, in the beach, seeing the waves and seeing you see what a beautiful snow-capped hill top. All these things we enjoy. If all this creation is so enjoyable, so then how much more enjoyable is that creator? So, wonderful things are there. We will continue with all these things. Our Bhakti Yoga. Is there any question? We can spend 5 minutes for that. No. However, in the beginning, when I was coming, I was seeing the last class, what was there, I found that it is 2 days. So somebody has said the last class, I said, I forgot that Holy Mothers and Masters' difference of age was 18 years. When Holy Mother was ready for marriage, she was given to marriage, she was 5+. Holy Mother was born in 1853 and our Master was born in 1836. 18 years senior Master was at that time. So when they were married in 1859, Holy Mother was 5+, Master was 23+, so 24 and 6 roughly. So there was the difference of not Master's age 18 years. Master and Mother's during their marriage, the difference of age was 18 years. That is, somebody asked that you said 18 years Master says. Master says, if I said 18 years, then I thought I am showing that. And I said Mother was a baby. Baby means in India, this 5 years also it's called as a Shishu. Shishu means baby, means child, very small child, 5 years old. Mother was 5 years. So I said that Mother was like a baby. Baby means 5 years plus, and Master was 23 years plus. Om Niranjanam Nittam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhrita Vigraham Vai Ishavataram Paravishamidyam Tang Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namama. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.